All right, sit down, let's get straight to it. This isn't some feel-good pep talk. This is a performance review. The subject, your ambition. And the only metric that matters, your action. Today, we're going to tear down what it means to stop being a dreamer and become what you were meant to be, a relentless executor. So let's start with the most fundamental question there is. And I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. Look in the mirror and ask, are you a wolf or are you a sheep? Because your answer to that, well, it defines everything. Okay, let's break this down. This first part is all about that choice, that fork in the road you face every single morning when you wake up. It's the crossroads between a life of just talking and a life of doing. See, the difference is all about energy. The sheep, well, the sheep stays put. It's safe, it's comfortable inside the fence following the herd. And what does it do? It criticizes anyone who dares to leave. But the wolf chooses to walk alone because it wants more. It needs more. One path is safe, sure, but it's stagnant. The other, it's lonely, but it's the only one that leads up. And this is why that choice matters so much. The real tragedy in life isn't failing. Failure is just a data point. It's feedback. The real nightmare is getting old, looking back, and being haunted by a long list of all the things you should have done. That is the one outcome we have to avoid at all costs. So how do we avoid it? We go to the source. Before you can ever hope to conquer the world outside, you have to win the war going on inside your own head. External success is literally impossible without internal mastery. This is about feeding the victor, not the victim. You know, there's this old Cherokee legend about two wolves that are fighting inside every single one of us. The first wolf is your negative side. It's all the anger, the envy, the sorrow, that feeling of inferiority. It's the victim. The second wolf is the positive. It's joy, compassion, faith, truth, all that is good. It's the victor. And every day these two are at war. So, which one wins? The answer is so simple, it's almost brutal. The one you feed. And let's be clear, feeding isn't passive. It's an active choice. It's the thoughts you allow in your head, the garbage you watch online, the people you talk to. You, and only you, decide which wolf gets stronger today. You have absolute control. So we're not going to leave this to chance. We're turning this into a non-negotiable daily action. Your new morning ritual. Step 1, before you touch your phone, you face the mirror. Just you. Step 2, you consciously choose which wolf you're feeding today. You decide right then and there that you're feeding the victor. Step 3, you state your promise out loud. And this is the promise. It's not a wish. It's not a hope. It's a command. I can, I will, I must. Before you've even had coffee, you've already won the most important battle of the day. You fed the right wolf. This is ground zero for discipline. Okay, so you've got the mindset on lock. Fantastic. Now comes the ruthless part, the action. This next section is about the price of the climb. Because let me tell you, ambition is free, but the climb is not. It demands payment in full and it wants it up front. Let's be crystal clear about the cost, because this is where people get soft. Punt all leisure activities doesn't mean you don't rest. It means you eliminate low-value leisure. So here's a challenge for you. For 1 week, I want you to audit your daily screen time. How many of those hours were just mindlessly scrolling versus actively creating? Weekends aren't for recovery. They're for getting ahead. Every single second has to have a purpose. This is the reality of the grind. So what do you do with all that time you just reclaimed? You become a practitioner, not a theorist. You stop planning and you start doing. The secret to beating procrastination is to just start, even if it's messy. Get your hands dirty. And then you document. At the end of every single week, you do a simple review. Ask yourself, what was my high-value output? Not how many hours I worked, but what did I actually produce? That's how you track the climb. Because when you boil it all down, it comes to this. This is a direct challenge to your comfort zone. Being soft is when you hit a tough problem and you immediately escape to your phone. Not being soft is having a deep work environment designed for focus, where distraction isn't even an option. It's time to get serious. So you're in the grind, you're putting in the work, and that's when it starts. The external noise, the doubt from others, the criticism, the unsolicited opinions. This next part is about how you turn that isolation from a weakness into your greatest weapon. This is the only principle you need to remember. When the criticism comes, you ask yourself one simple question. Is this person in the arena with me getting their hands dirty? If the answer is no, then their opinion is not data. It is noise. It's a distraction designed to pull you back to the safety of the herd. You have to learn to ignore it. Look, you need to understand this. That period of walking alone, it's not a punishment. It's a training ground. It's a crucible. That's where you get the uninterrupted focus to actually master your craft. You need to leverage that loneliness. This is where you become unbreakable. This is where you build the strength that will one day make them follow you. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of the wolf's identity. The summit is not the goal. The climb is the goal. This is about staying hungry, always. This visual says everything you need to know. The wolf on top of the hill is full. He's satisfied. He thinks he's arrived. But the wolf that is still climbing the hill, he's hungry. He's relentless. A full wolf is complacent. A hungry wolf is dangerous. That's why you document your wins, not to get satisfied, but to build momentum for the next climb. You always have to be ascending. The performance review is over. The feedback is on the table. Stop waiting around for motivation to strike. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Your potential is screaming for you to pay attention. So here is your first hunt. Take the next 60 minutes, turn off your phone, and dedicate it to the single most important task you've been putting off. Your destiny is in your hands. Now, go hunt.